And then I'm going to go over here to see when it pops up.
You really should say Maltin's on movies.
Maltin's is on movies.
Yeah.
Is
that?
This is Grandpa's Facebook. And see, we're going to see ourselves in a second. Okay.
And here we are.
Well, there we are. There's your face.
Yeah.
There's you.
I
Okay.
did it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, again.
Again, 1 second.
We hung out a sign that said, co-host wanted.
Looking for toddlers to co-host with us.
Yeah.
And
And guess
And
who
that's
answered?
you.
And guess who answered the call?
guess which Daisy answered the call immediately.
Take
Hey, Daisy, how old are you? Can you hold it up? How old are you? That many. We
4
just
fingers.
turned 4. We just turned 4. Ryan says, hi, Daisy. And Michael and Nick and Ryan says, say hi. Can you say hi? Say hi.
That's right. Nice wave. That's
Hi.
good. That's good.
Hi, Days. See, so now I make sure that it's working in all the places. Let's not open the glue, shall we? Let's not open the glue, shall we, Days? Let's leave the glue alone. Because you know what we don't need right now?
Glue.
Glue.
that.
1 second.
We need puppies.
We need puppies.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we need is more as you
Yeah.
plus the dogs
More chaos.
and all of the crazy. Yes.
But,
But that does represent our home quite nicely. I
Well,
think.
Yeah, it does. It's actually
but
it's an
why
honor.
Ryan said hi?
Why they say hi? Because they see you. So they're saying hi to you. They see you. So they're saying hi, Daisy.
Why Ryan say hi?
Oh, this is a different. You met Ryan once he came over to the house. You met Ryan before. You've met some of our friends that are saying hi in real life. Imagine that. Imagine that. So hi, everybody.
Hello.
Last week, there's Instagram days. You can make your face there. There you go. Hi, Instagram.
Last week, Alice and I were in
Coronado for
In
the film
slash on.
festival.
Coronado Island,
Did
where
there's so
I hosted the
many
Coronado Island
down,
Film
Mama.
Festival.
There are so many of you.
Its 10th year.
Yep.
Hard to believe, but I helped them launch the festival. Like I said, 11 years ago, I went down
Yeah.
for a fundraiser, sort of a kind of a sounding out the community as to whether they were interested and willing.
What they'd want if
Yeah.
they'd want it.
And the general manager of the Hotel del Coronado, the historic hotel there.
You look like Nixon. I know you don't know who Nixon is, Days, but that's who you look like right now.
You put your one down and you put one up.
Well, see, we don't actually want to stick that finger at people. I know you don't know that yet, but that finger stays down. You can use this finger to point, but try not to use this finger.
But thumbs up.
It's confusing. I get it. I do.
But you make a V like that.
Yeah, you do V for victory. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you. Alan says, hi, Daisy. You are so pretty. She knows, Alan. It's terrifying. Anyway, they were down in Coronado. They had a blast. On the opening night, which was Wednesday, you had your special awards dinner.
Right.
You had really an interesting group of people.
It was.
And kind of a hodgepodge in terms of what they do and if you've met them before.
Mhm.
So-
Mommy.
And the two best known awardees were Beau Bridges, who of course is in his 80s now,
Mm.
and on a hit TV show on
That's
Matlock.
people.
And he's been working since he was a kid. His dad put him on episodes of Sea Hunt.
Hang on, crazy.
And
Hang on.
he was very nice, and very genial.
Yeah.
And then Delroy
Delroy
Lindo,
Lindo.
who I really admire, and who is in one of the best movies of this year, Sinners,
Mm,
playing Memphis Slim.
I know.
And
Switch that way.
Move
Go to
for
bed.
me.
No. You keep talking. I
Okay.
will deal with this. You keep talking.
okay,
My dad is a bit like a little wind-up toy where if I don't actively say, hey, you,
Yeah.
talk, he'll just kind of go silent. Hello, you.
kind of,
Kind of.
sort of,
I know
kind
you
of,
do.
sort of.
You keep going now.
That's right.
Who else was there?
Anyway, well, a stunt woman turned stunt coordinator, second unit director, who works on Marvel movies, among others, named Heidi Moneymaker. Unusual name, but she was a gymnast who sort of got into doing stunt work. And if you're any good at stunt work, you sort of progress to doing stunt planning.
Please come help with that. Why is your wife not answering her phone?
I don't know.
Alice! Oh,
There she is.
no,
This is
Jesse
the
Malton's
sound.
not calling you because I'm Jesse Malton. That's weird. That's very strange. How
Oh,
strange.
it's that kind of a day.
Yeah. My phone just called you and went to answering machine. Yeah. Oh no, we've got dogs, we got babies. It's one of those days.
Yeah.
Anyway, you had just a bunch of really
Yes.
interesting folks.
Yes.
And
We
you had a good time, as you always have a good
A young
time.
screenwriter named Austin Kolodny, whose first produced feature film is called Dead Man's Wire, which is going
Now,
to.
hang on. Now you're calling me.
Oh,
No, I called you. I'm talking about something else. Can you please come downstairs? Please help with the child. Thank you. That is so. I'm just going to show you. It shows that my dad is calling me right now. He isn't, because as you may be aware, he's in front of you.
yeah.
Sorry, that's
look, Mom,
weird
no hands,
technology.
yeah.
And now my phone just texted you. My phone is texting you back. Okay, the machines are going to kill us all. I'm sorry. That
Yeah.
is so weird. I know, crazy. You already said hi. I love you to death. You need to let Grandpa talk, okay? I know you want to sit on my lap.
Anyway, Dead Man's Wire is opening for 1 week to qualify for Oscars
Bubba.
in December, and then actually is the 2026 theatrical release. I wish them well. It's a really good film. Great performance by Bill Skarsgård, playing a real life guy who in 1977 took a mortgage broker in Indianapolis hostage at gunpoint because he felt that he'd been screwed over, which apparently he had.
Thank you.
And this script wound up with Gus Van Sant directing, and it's really good. I hope their strategy works. I'm not a fan of opening a film in December for a week.
No, I think it's silly to do that, and then you tend to lose momentum.
Yeah, you can't get publicity twice.
No. Arthur's asked, so Logan is the brown dog who is not here right now. Mabel is white fluffy dog sitting behind me. And yeah, it's as award season is already creeping in upon us.
Galloping.
It's a very strange thing, especially because the amount of money that they put into these things. You would think that they would want more people to see them. You'd think that they would want to build a certain amount of momentum. I mean, that's the whole point of film festivals.
Well, of course.
Is you go to Telluride, your film shows in Telluride, it gets attention. And then if it hasn't already been acquired, meaning someone is going to distribute it, then ideally it gets picked up and then distributed. And if it doesn't, what happens next? You shop it around. But most of the time at this point, for the really big films going to the big festivals, they do have distribution.
Yeah.
And so the whole point is that you go see Frankenstein, Guillermo's Frankenstein.
Yes.
You then come home and you say to your people, hey, I really like Frankenstein. You guys should see it. And then ideally, in the not too distant future from that point, you are able to see the movie and go and enjoy it. And that is how you build momentum, which most people understand. Instead, they will sometimes do this kind of a game where you've got, okay, this is going to be opening January, whatever. We're going to show it for a week in December. Critics will talk about it and tell you that they love it. And then you won't hear about it for a month or two or whatever it is. And it's just a strange choice to make. It's a very strange choice to make. I thought you'd be interested that the version of Beau Geste you saw at the TCM Festival is getting a Blu-ray release.
I'm well aware, and I'm delighted because I love that film. And I've loved it since I saw it as a kid in a friend's basement on I forget if it was 8mm or 16mm release. And all these years I've been saying to people, some of whom listen to me, some of whom don't, it's better than the 1939 remake that William Wellman directed with Gary Cooper. But I never had evidence. I mean, there were prints around here and there of Beauchesse, but it's not widely available. Now it's going to be widely available in a beautiful restoration, beautiful, which I got to see at the Egyptian Theater. Yeah.
Hello, sweetie. Come here.
It really is our life in a nutshell.
One wouldn't want to stifle her creativity.
God forbid. God forbid. Just watched the Kino Lorber new release of the Airport series. What do you think of those films? I saw it was. What do you think of those films?
I stopped watching them after a point. I saw the first one, which was already kind of an oddity.
Here, it's right here. Airplane. There you go.
George Seaton directed it. George Seaton was a survivor of old Hollywood.
Daisy,
No, Bubba.
come in the front room. honey.
Daisy, show Grandma the airplane. And show Grandma your blue airplane.
And then they just started.
I know you're desperate.
They just
to
started-
hear, I know.
Throwing money at these sequels by
Mhm.
hiring all-star casts, even if the all-star cast was kind of odd. Christopher Lee is in one of them. Olivia de Havilland's in one of them.
Sorry, Joshua says, about to shut my phone off to go into a theater, but wanted to say I watched A Night at the Opera and Leonard's commentary. It was fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Enjoy whatever you're going to see, and thank you for sharing that.
That was the first commentary I ever did for the Laserdisc release of A Night at the Opera
Yeah.
for the Voyager Company. And we did it at a recording studio. And I took like 10 Marx Brothers books with me with Post-it notes all through them because I wanted to be scene specific. I wanted to be talking about what you were watching at that moment. So when Margaret Dumont came on screen, I talked about Margaret Dumont. And when Sig Rumen came on screen, I talked about Sig Rumen, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Well, it took forever to record. And when that afternoon,
You said you'd never do it again.
I thought, yeah, that's right. It put me off doing it at all. But at one point I went out of the recording booth to the control room. I said, what haven't I talked about? And they all sort of looking at me,
Yeah.
wondering. And I said, Groucho's painted mustache.
There
Okay.
you go.
Went back into the booth.
Did anyone else really not notice it? Now, I'm saying this as a kid growing up, I never thought about that mustache not being real. I give myself some grace in that I was young, but it wasn't until I was older and they brought it up that I went, huh. Because I think, especially as kids, we kind of just accept whatever we're given.
Yeah.
So that's what Groucho looked like. So it never would have occurred to me that it wasn't real. That's just what Groucho looked like.
And of course, in real life, he grew a mustache.
Yes.
And then that was that.
So it was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't think you've seen Nouvelle Vague yet.
Yes.
Did you guys watch it? When'd you watch
Two
it?
nights ago.
Oh, excuse me. And?
Thought it was terrific.
Oh, that's good.
That's one of the films I want to talk about today.
Okay.
I've been watching lots of films.
Did you like it too?
Which one?
Nouvelle Vague?
Mommy didn't like it as much as I did.
I'm sorry.
Nouvelle Vague. Nouvelle Vague.
Oh. Yeah.
Nouvelle Vague.
Not as much as Daddy,
Okay.
Yeah.
I found it very exhilarating because Richard Linklater directed this in French, and it's all about the making of events leading up to the making of Breathless, à bout de souffle, in 1959 on the streets of Paris.
Very important French film.
And
Watched everything.
you meet Francois Truffaut, Claude Chabrol, all of these writers for the Cahiers du Cinema magazine,
Yeah.
who are all critics, who are all very erudite film critics,
Yeah.
who then all became filmmakers.
Yeah.
And it's like an inside
Yeah.
look at all of that. And he hired a then unknown Jean-Paul Belmondo, and for this recreation, they found a guy who looked just like Jean-Paul Belmondo.
Mm,
And Zoe Deutsch plays Jean Seberg.
With the haircut and everything.
Yep. who was imported from America.
The Americas, yes.
Right. And you feel like you're there.
Mm.
It's shot in black and white, as the film was.
What did you not like as much?
Well, I wasn't really familiar with their history,
Okay.
and so watching it, I knew about Cahiers de Cinema
Yeah.
and all that, but I just I couldn't.
So
quite
part of why you
warm-
enjoyed it is because it's something that you already loved.
I couldn't quite.
No,
warm
it's
to
something
it.
I was interested
Well,
in.
that's
Yeah.
Also, Godard is not.
Godard is not my favorite, but
He's not the most
uh,
warm person.
and you know who's depicted
He's
in it.
French.
You know who's
He's not the most warm person. He's French.
You know who's depicted in it.
Who is depicted in it?
Pierre Ricien.
Yeah, we knew that.
Yeah.
We knew that was going to happen. Not right now.
I want
Yeah,
Crazy
I did.
pants.
Which one was
Crazy
that? I'm
pants.
telling you, I'm not functioning. Pierre Ricien was
We'll talk later.
it? Okay.
There you go. Right. We'll discuss this in a minute. Did you see that TCM showed His Glorious Night with John Gilbert?
Yes.
Alice,
Yes.
take the small child.
I can't pull her away. I'm not going to be the one she's going to tell me years from now.
Oh, that's well.
You pulled me away.
You
from
pulled
it.
me and
Anyway.
sitting in therapy.
If you,
Did you see that TCM showed His Glorious Night with John Gilbert?
Yes, I
you
did. Yes, I did. And I had somebody send me.
Hey, over here. Over here.
I had somebody send me by
Over here.
in an email as an attachment the scene, the notorious scene where Gilbert says, "I love you.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah.
I love you."
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's the scene they make fun of in Singing in the Rain.
Yes.
And it's the moment, at least mythologically, when John Gilbert's career went into the toilet. Not because his voice was unusual or funny in any way,
Mm-hmm.
but he had to say this awful dialogue.
Yeah. Yeah. It's rough. Patrick says, I would love to see similar attention and publicity given to the stinkers, golden turkeys, golden raspberries, and other anti-award ceremonies, which the Emmys, Grammys, Oscars, and Tonys have enjoyed. Do you know if there's an anti-Emmy, anti-Grammy, and or anti-Tony award? I don't know is the answer.
Well, I don't,
I don't know.
I
It
know
is
about the Razzies.
Yeah,
That's
I
about-
think Razzies are the only ones that I really hear things about. And that's in large part because a number of actors and actresses do turn up to them. And I really enjoy that. I really enjoy the fact that people show up and laugh at themselves, because I think if you can't laugh at yourself, what's the point?
And the Harvard. Harvard.
Oh, well, talking about hasty pudding?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's not an insulting award to get.
No, but I mean.
No, Mom, no. The Razzies are, this was terrible. That's not what the hasty pudding is. Why focus on bad movies? What's the point? Yes, Jerry. Well, that's what I'm saying. I like the Razzies because they're meant to be silly. It's meant to be a silly thing. And as I say, I think that's why actors and actresses will actually turn up for them, because it's sort of like they're being ridiculous. And I like that.
Yeah.
Mabel can sleep through any of the chaos. Both dogs have kind of learned to just shut off the
Yeah,
noise
you see her
behind
very
me.
very comfy.
Yeah, just here, passed out. Smart dog.
Yeah.
Yes, Halle Berry accepted a Razzie for Catwoman. What's her name? Sandra Bullock accepted hers. Let's say there's a lot like that, which I really appreciate. Some movies are so bad they're fun. Absolutely. I have a handful that I watch religiously because they're
They're-
absolutely absurd.
And when I see a really bad movie, as I did at the festival, actually,
Daisy,
which her main name was,
Mm.
either be quiet or go upstairs, okay?
you wish it were bad, wish it were worse.
Yeah.
It could be funny or camp,
Yeah.
or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I had that. A lot of people really liked that film, Barb and Star Go to
Oh, yeah,
Vista Del
yeah.
Mar. It was just stupid.
Didn't-
I
didn't-
didn't.
didn't do
I
it for
didn't
me.
find it funny. I just found it stupid. And that is, of course, the difficult line one walks. Because then there's something like Connie and Carla, which I
Yeah,
adore.
Yeah. which we
I
like.
love that movie. If you've never seen it, it's Toni Collette and the woman who made, for crying
A
out
Big
loud,
Fat Greek
My
Wedding.
Big Fat Greek Wedding. What's her name? There's 3 of us.
Oh,
No brain is functioning
no
here
brain
today.
is functioning.
Not a single solitary brain. One of you will pop it up in 5 seconds and go, "You're talking about the Baba," and I go, "Yeah, her."
Nia Vardalos.
Nia Vardalos. Well done. It's in there somewhere.
It's in there.
Uh,
Getting it out of there is the.
It's true.
Yeah.
But Connie and Carla is so much fun. I recommend it highly if you've never heard of it. I love it. It always makes me laugh. And it's I think because it's done with sincerity,
Mm-hmm.
it works. Again, if they were trying to be funny, probably wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
But they are trying to make a movie that is endearing and fun, and I think
Yeah.
it is. Ken says, Sleeping Through the Chaos, My Life in the Leonard Maltin House by Mabel Maltin. That is entirely accurate. The speed with which these dogs run as soon as they see Daisy is really impressive. It honestly is. I have to write down the things I watch because otherwise my brain really is just mush. I watched Boots, which had a terrible first episode and then got much, much better as it went on. That was a Netflix one. There's a handful of shows. All Her Fault. I watched all of All Her Fault. Has anybody else seen that? Has anybody seen All Her Fault? Because
I was watching a film that was giving me a headache, and finally I turned it off and watched the last 2 episodes of The Diplomat. I just love that show. Your mom and I,
Great.
we love that show with Kerry Russell
yeah,
and
her husband.
Oh, yes, I know.
No, wait, no, that was
Rufus
the
Sewell.
American.
Rufus Sewell.
Yes,
And Rory Kinnear.
who's so good.
just
Always
great.
so good.
Great as the clueless
He's so
British Prime
good.
Minister.
I decided just randomly to start watching Band of Brothers again. I just hadn't seen it in a long time, and I kind of watched everything that I had wanted to watch, and it popped up. I said, why not? The number, first of all, of British, Irish, and Scottish actors playing American in it
Mhm.
is hilarious. It really is kind of wild to see all the faces pop up. James McAvoy. I was thinking about the Stephen Graham, who's gotten a lot of attention for his series Adolescence. He's in it. Just tons and tons and tons of people. And that then made me think, of course, of Saving Private Ryan and Black Hawk Down, because in both of those films, a number of the actors in it, because they all are meant to look sort of the same,
Right.
have talked about how even their friends and family couldn't figure out which one they were. I can't remember who told the story that his mom went to see the movie and was telling him how much he loved this scene where such and such happened. And he goes, that wasn't me.
I had that problem with Black Hawk Down.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right.
Both they really do all start to look the same. Yeah, Andrew Scott, absolutely. Andrew Scott's in it. You see his face, he's there. There's a whole bunch like that, and it's the Pacific, same thing too. They're all good. They're all really excellent. But yeah, because they're supposed to sort of have a universal look, you can't necessarily tell them apart.
We also muddled through the Testament of Anne Lee.
You did not like that,
with
I know.
Amanda Seyfried,
You did
who
not.
I like
that.
very much.
I just tried to watch her something river, fast, quick, hard, soft river, fat, mystic, fast, slow river. I tried to watch that. That was not very good either. So there's so much stuff, and a lot of it is just sort of meh. And
Sort of what?
meh.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm right. Right? It's a lot of it is meh. It's not even that it's terrible. It's just meh. So where's the one? Long Bright River is what it's
Well,
called.
I wouldn't watch a film called Long Bright
It's
River.
fine. It's not terrible, but it's fine. I watched that. It's All Her Fault was disappointing because from the beginning and with the actors in it, I was like, all right, okay, let's do this thing. And then it just completely went off the rails and became stupid,
Right.
which is just, it seems to be the case.
Mhm.
We keep saying this to different shows we're watching. The first couple of episodes, you're like, all right, okay, we're doing this thing. And then you go, did we just stop halfway through? Like, did we just give up? Did we go, you know what? I made some good episodes. I'm finished now.
I was intrigued that last night we watched. Your mom really likes the morning show.
Yes.
I could
You
ta-
not so much anymore.
Yeah,
Yes.
I could
yes.
take it or leave it. But
I also loved it, and now I don't watch it.
Yeah, right.
the episode last night was directed by Miguel Arteta.
Arteta, our friend.
That's right, and a good director. Yet another indie film director
Hmm.
who is finding employment
Yeah.
in high-end television,
Yeah.
and good for him, and good for all the other people who are making a living doing what they do, direct.
Hmm.
You know, it's not for theater screens.
Yeah.
It's for television.
Yeah. It's I mean, the amount of talent that goes into these. There too, I decided to rewatch some of Mindhunter. One of my a kid that I went to school, went to AMDA, the musical theater school that I went to, is in that show, the first season of that show, playing a murderer, and it's such a trip. I sort of, because I've watched the stuff I wanted to watch, I thought, well, I'll watch a little bit of that again. And it's first of all amazing to see Cameron doing the job he's doing, because he really is something in that. But it's also, again, just interesting to see people like Jonathan Groff, who for many of us, he's a musical theater guy. Now for younger kids, he is Christian in Frozen. And then here he is playing, it's based on a real person, you know, these FBI profilers. And I'm just always sort of fascinated by these. You can't explain his career to someone, you know? So you're watching that, and then he just won a Tony for playing Bobby Darin on Broadway.
Yeah.
And here he is in Mindhunter. It's just,
Well, people like Patti LuPone or Nathan Lane, people who are essentially theater people.
Yeah.
New York theater
they
people.
are. They absolutely are.
But you don't get rich working in theater, no matter what level.
Yeah.
But you get background and training and experience.
Yeah.
And you bring all that with you to Hollywood. If you're lucky, get work in sitcoms or doing guest shots on different shows. And the people who watch you on those shows and appreciate you have no idea you have this background, this resume.
Well, you know, we interviewed Patrick Wilson not long ago.
Yeah.
And he talked about it. He says now more people are aware of the fact that he's also a musical theater guy. But for some, he's The Conjuring. It's, you know, the spooky films, stuff like that. I mean, he's in Phantom of the Opera, which was a movie that happened. Not the original. That would actually be funnier if he was in the original one. But you know, he is this incredible singer, incredible performer, and he's actually working right now. He's going back to Broadway with a new show. So it's just the idea that you have some of these people doing what they're doing, and crossing their theater, their TV, their film. You know, they say there are going to be a lot of people who don't know who Jonathan Groff is, and then there's going to be people like me who are aware of him because he was in the original cast of Spring Awakening. And if that doesn't mean anything to you, that's okay. It's very much of a time.
Yeah.
You know, there's a movie called Camp that is very hard to locate. And I love the soundtrack, and that too, very hard to get. It is one of the most ridiculous movies you'll ever see. And Anna Kendrick is in it. It's and a handful of really good people, but it's supposed to be a film about theater camp.
Yeah.
And it's absurd. And the only people I know who've seen it are theater kids.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it barely exists. And it's almost one where you're not even sure it happened, not even sure it's real. But apparently it was. It did in fact happen. I did watch it, and so did some others. But like, that's another one. It's a wild cast of people. Wild cast, you know?
Well, the Gilded Age. Gilded Age draws on the deep bench, as they say, of New York theater talent.
They're all there.
Yeah. Including Nathan Lane, playing a very Southern gentleman with a wax mustache.
Yeah.
And Cynthia Nixon.
Yeah.
And Kelly O'Hara.
Yeah.
And
because why not?
And Brian Stokes Mitchell.
Yeah.
And I mean, if they all wanted to burst into song, they could.
And be some of the best thing you've ever heard. Yeah, Sean is saying, Patrick Wilson really puts a lot of effort into everything he does. I really enjoy him in a lot of what he's done. And I'll tell you, he was a fantastic interview. We had such a good time.
Yep.
You two have known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
You know, again, it's one of the, it's not friendship, but you started interviewing him many years ago. And so the interview was sort of like he was talking to you like an old friend.
Yeah.
You know, he's very warm.
Yeah.
He is extremely charismatic. And he's everything that loving him as much as I do. He's everything I would hope he would be.
Yeah.
And
I met him when Entertainment Tonight sent me to San Antonio
Mm-hmm.
to visit the set of The Alamo,
Yeah.
a misbegotten picture that was supposed to be directed by Ron Howard. And Disney, I think it was a Disney feature, but either they got cold feet or Ron Howard got cold
Yeah.
feet. When he backed out, their interest level sank.
Yeah.
And so it was not what they hoped it would be.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way. But Patrick Wilson was in that ensemble.
But Kevin saying, I really like Patti LuPone as the mother in TV's Life Goes On.
Mhm.
That's how I also feel when Bernadette Peters is in certain TV shows
Yeah.
and stuff. And you go, it's Bernadette Peters. And again, realizing that some people that will mean absolutely nothing to them. And to the right people, you're going, it's Bernadette Peters. I think I've talked about this before, but we tend to see film and TV people, right? Primarily, well, back in the day, we really only saw film people because the things we were at, we didn't see, TV people because there was a separation.
The events that we attend.
We just didn't see them. And so it was really exciting if you were at an event and they'd also brought the TV people. This was a big thing. My parents going to the AFI luncheon every year, which does the 10 best TV shows and 10 best films. It meant that they got to see people like the folks from my mom's boyfriend, John Hamm, people from Mad Men, stuff like that, because normally we don't get to see them out. Now there's such a mixture
Right.
that we kind of see everybody everywhere. But it's still, if you're a theater person, or anything that you love, sports, whatever that is. For me, when I do see the theater greats, that is when I am tongue-tied. That is when I don't know what to do with myself, which I had when we met
James Ivory.
No, I was going to say Christine Baranski.
Oh, yeah.
Sitting with, what's her name? Audra McDonald. And this was at the Critics' Choice Awards. And they were there because they're on, what's the show that you love? The Good Wife, are they The Good Fight or The Good Wife?
Good fight.
They're The Good Fight. They're on that. Well, I am staring at the two of them and going, and I had no words. And they both could not have been nicer. They looked stunning. They could not have been nicer. And it was just like, that's Christine Baranski and that's Audra McDonald. You don't understand. You don't understand. Do you understand who those two people are? Similarly, we were at an event years ago and Bernadette Peters was there. And I didn't even know. I started crying. I don't think I've ever cried, but I saw her and it was I didn't think I would. And I just went, it's Bernadette Peters. Again, being a theater kid, she's one of the greats for us. And I just I didn't know what to do. When we saw Patti LuPone at the Independent Spirit Awards earlier this year, I had a similar, I kind of went, it's Patti LuPone. So, you just can't help it. Victoria says Audra McDonald is better in Gilded Age than Gypsy. You'll get no arguments here. We just like Gypsy being a certain way, and the version of her performance was not our favorite, but she is a phenomenal talent, and there's no question about that. Speaking of Phantom of the Opera, who have you always wanted to see portray Eric? I wouldn't mind seeing Adam Ant, David Bowie, if he were still with us, Alice Cooper. That would be interesting. Tim Curry, Michael DeBar, David Hasselhoff. Why would you put that name in the list? We're doing so well. Why would you put David Hasselhoff in there? And Ozzy Osbourne, if he was still with us, and Gene Simmons. That's a wild list, Patrick.
Yes. Well, I wouldn't go for any of those in particular. And my wife was a Michael Crawford devotee of the highest order and remains so. And so she wouldn't want to see anybody but him. In fact, it was funny. We saw it out here. We saw it 5 times. We saw the first LA production with Robert Guillaume and the late Robert Guillaume. Wasn't late when he did this stage production, but I said, I really appreciated the woman playing Christine. And Alice said, well, that's because she was much more interesting than the guy playing Eric the
Then I'll
Phantom.
refill it after. I'll refill it after. I can't refill it right now, my love. Hasselhoff, Jesus. Hasselhoff has some serious stage chops. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. I grew up with him, okay? His kids went to my school. I grew up with him. That man is not a theater. No. He's fine. He's fine. But no, nobody is going, God, I wish they'd put Hasselhoff on Broadway. Man, wouldn't he be wonderful in this show, that show, the other? Nobody, not a living soul, not a single living soul needs him in anything. Though I will tell you, watching him pick up his kids from school was a whole to do and very entertaining. It's somebody, they like Anna Kendrick in The Accountant and Noelle. Anna Kendrick is another one where she started in theater. And there's a great clip you can find on YouTube, actually, of her doing a performance. I can't remember what it is. She's young doing an adult song, and it is hilarious. And she's so good. And that's the thing, when you see her sing, she's a singer. That's what she is really first, is she is a performer. I really liked Into the Woods, which surprised me. We actually liked it better than the show.
Yeah.
In some ways, the movie that they did was better. My love. I know we can't right now, my sweetheart. We really can't. Well, careful. Daisy girl. Speaking of David Bowie, would it be wrong if Labyrinth got into the Library of Congress National Film Registry? It's on my list. I don't think it'd be wrong. It has its, I don't know. I don't think wrong.
I'm not a huge fan of that film.
Yeah.
But we are all entitled to our opinions.
Yes. No, yeah.
Looking forward. Oh, yes. I'm looking forward to the American Revolution very much. Ken Burns is a great filmmaker.
Yeah.
Great documentarian, a great historian, and a great showman. All of those things, and a good guy.
And a genuinely lovely human being also, which helps.
He says this is the most important piece of work he's ever done, and I have no reason to question that, and I can't wait to see it. They've been airing a 15-minute sort of making of promo, on PBS stations, and it really whets your appetite to see the whole documentary series. We saw a great film just last night. We're late to the party on this one.
I don't know.
But we saw Jahar.
Oh, there you go.
Jafar
Medicine
Panahi's-
time for you.
Anything else happen?
Well, here, I'm gonna you do that 1 second.
Okay. We saw it was
Sorry,
just an
friends.
accident, which is which is the film that won the Palme d'Or, the Golden Palm, at the Cannes Film Festival this year, and will be the French entry. It's a French-Iranian third country co-production, and it's a great film. It was a Telluride this year. It's been winning accolades everywhere it's shown, and this is the filmmaker who has been imprisoned more than once by the repressive government of Iran, and he got the Telluride Silver Medallion this year as well. And it's a difficult film to describe because it's about one incident that triggers another incident that triggers more and more people getting involved in what might have been contained as one event, single event that grows and grows, mushrooms. I'm deliberately being vague because I don't want to give very much away about the film, but it's awfully, awfully good. Someone saying, why did everybody pile on negativity to Kiss of the Spider Woman? Kiss of the Spider Woman isn't a bad movie. Just as this does happen, there is a tendency for some people, even critics, even professional critics who should be above all this kind of behavior, to hop on a bandwagon, let's say, when a film gets drubbed upon its opening. This is what happened to Cats. Cats is I've seen bad movies in my day, and Cats is far from the worst. Far from the worst. And same with Kiss of the Spider Woman. It's lacking. It's lacking a certain fire. Jennifer Lopez, who I like, does her best.
That's a great. Jennifer Lopez
There's a cackle.
does her best.
Yeah, she does her best. But people who saw Chita Rivera on stage are never going to forget seeing Chita Rivera do it.
But also the statement "does her best" is very funny. She's doing her best. She's not very good, but she's doing her best. Kiss of the Spider Woman is getting a Criterion release next year, and that will be a wonderful way for people who want to see it and learn about it to experience that version. Anna Kendrick played Dinah in the staged version of High Society in 1997 at 12. She got to sing 3 great Cole Porter songs.
Huh.
She is a real Broadway person. She's done all of it. And she's got a great voice. So, there you go. Tonight is the Academy Honorary Oscars.
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
The
Governor's Awards. Sorry. Forgot that they call them different things. Let me see. Debbie Allen and Tom Cruise. One second. Debbie Allen and Tom Cruise will receive special Oscar Governor Awards. Right. I wish these people would honor Leslie Caron and Russ Tamblyn before it's too late. I'm very happy that ailing Dolly Parton will receive the Jean Hersholt Humanitarian Award. Well deserved.
I didn't know she was ailing.
I don't think you mean ailing for her. She's had a couple of health. Her husband passed away. She's had some health issues, but thank God I think she's okay. Because if the world loses Dolly Parton, we're all going to die. It's not that that's the thing. I don't dislike Jennifer Lopez in a general sense. I think I dislike the way that she treats people and behaves.
Okay.
So, she's an amazing dancer and she does like putting on a show. Right. So.
Oh, he meant the original.
I knew you meant the original.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were that Criterion was releasing the new one. No. Didn't think that was happening. I'm trying to think of what else, because you guys are watching so much, and whenever you do that jamming in, I can't keep track or keep up.
We saw Kelly Reichardt's new film, Mastermind.
And
I really like her work a lot.
Yeah.
This did nothing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her films are very low key. Like sometimes they're hardly there.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't like her previous film, and I didn't care for this one.
Yeah.
It's not an active dislike. It just didn't
do anything for you.
Didn't do anything for me.
Yeah. Well, this, we have this sometimes where there's a number of films that I reviewed for the book, a lot of smaller indie movies where the description is sort of slice of life and not a ton happens. And so the question then becomes on occasion, was this even a movie worth making?
For instance, her First Cow.
Yeah.
Which I showed to my class.
Yeah.
That's one of her best films.
Yeah.
And again, it's a very,
deliberately paced. A very deliberately paced.
My 20-somethings went for it though.
Yeah. No, I remember.
Yeah. I'm slumped.
You are slumped.
Not anymore.
What? Yeah, no
more slumping.
Jennifer Lopez's performance in Selena is fantastic. It's a really good movie, and she is fantastic in it. No question. That's what I mean. I don't think she's bad. She can't really sing, bless her. She tries. But for me, it's more her behavior. I don't like. This is one of those trying to separate art from artists kind of a thing. and I can't necessarily do that with her, though I wish I could. Sally Kirkland, any thoughts? Sad.
Oh well,
It's really
yeah,
sad.
I'm sad for
You know?
We met her when her wonderful publicist Dale Olson, one of the great old school publicists, was beating the drums to get her an Academy Award nomination
Mm-hmm.
for a small movie called Anna, and it worked. The campaign worked because only the actors nominate the actors, so you don't have to convince the whole Academy to nominate a performance, as they did last year with Andrea Riseborough.
Yeah.
If you get a momentum going, you can do that. Well, she got an Oscar nomination, so for the rest of her life, she's Oscar nominated. Oscar nominee Sally Kirkland.
And I don't doubt that she'll win an Oscar one day. Not as you were saying about Andrea Riseborough.
Yeah.
Sally Kirkland, unfortunately, won't win one now.
Yeah.
But sorry. What are your thoughts on the latest Superman movie?
I was disappointed.
That was a meh for you.
I was disappointed.
Yeah.
I'd heard good things, and it just having recently revisited the Richard Donner, Christopher Reeve movie, which I hadn't seen since it was new in 1978, I think. That's a wonderful movie. And you just believe. You believe Superman. You believe Lois Lane. And then there's the larger-than-life performance of Gene Hackman, as Lex Luthor. And it works. It just works. At least for me. It's still the yardstick by which I measure that kind of movie. And the other guys who followed in Christopher Reeve's footsteps they've all done a pretty decent job. Henry Cavill and those other folks whose names I've now forgotten.
Right. Nick, South Park is always right. Just South Park, always right. You're saying that their depiction of Jennifer Lopez is accurate.
Yeah.
It is, and it's always right. South Park nails it.
Right.
I'm so glad. Jason says, thanks for recommending Stick on Apple TV. Absolutely loved it. I really enjoyed that show.
It's a good show.
I really enjoyed that show.
They're going to do a season 2.
Yeah, I thought that was really, really good, and I enjoyed it. Again, you want to be entertained. Right. You want to enjoy yourself.
Apple TV is the home for Mr. Scorsese, a 5-part documentary portrait of Martin Scorsese that if you watch one episode, you're going to want to watch the whole thing. It's so well done. And it's directed by Rebecca Miller, who is... It's directed by Rebecca Miller. Did a great job. I don't want to reduce her in any way. She's Arthur Miller's daughter. She's Daniel Day-Lewis's wife. But that's on an asterisk. She's a filmmaker herself who's done some very good films. But she got real access to not just Scorsese, but everybody in his orbit who's still alive. And so many of them are. The guy who was the role model for Robert De Niro's character in Mean Streets is on camera. And it's like, oh my God. It's a fantastic and very probing and satisfying portrait of an artist. An artist who happens to work in film.
Rob says, just tune in, so I don't know if you went there yet, but what did you think of the new Laurel and Hardy definitive restoration release? He pulled it up he pulled it out of the mailbox the other day and was just about as happy as anyone you've ever seen. Thrilled to have it, thrilled to clutch it his fingers there.
It's great on every level and from every point of view, from every facet. I never thought in the year 2025 that I would see Laurel and Hardy footage I'd never seen before. I never knew of its existence before. That's one part of the joy. Did you know they made silent versions of their early talkies, Bratz and Blotto, for theaters, especially overseas that hadn't installed sound equipment yet? I didn't know that. Well, they have perfect prints here.
Wild.
There's a promo film for MGM where they're dubbed in French, and Jimmy Finlayson is in it with them. And there's a ship's reporter interview of both of them together. I have to show this to you
Mm-hmm.
because ship's reporter was a guy named Jack Mangan, worst interviewer ever. But he has Stan and Ollie talking out of character. You don't get to see them do
No,
that
never.
very much,
No.
if at all. And they're using their normal voices and their normal demeanor.
They're human people voices.
Yeah, they're human people voices, and they complement each other. It's a real insight into who they were.
That's amazing.
Oh, it's
That's amazing.
stupendous.
We asked what you guys like watching on rainy days because we've actually had a couple of rainy days here in Los Angeles. A miracle. Yes, I know. Especially funny to watch little kids where I always say they sort of look like Chicken Little, the sky is falling, because they're like, what is this coming out of the sky? It's wet. And you guys said, Jason says, really enjoyed, he enjoys watching Studio Ghibli's Ponyo and From Up on Poppy Hill. Just never a bad time. One of Daisy's little friends, Brooklyn, she insists on watching Singing in the Rain when it rains. She's 5 years old and has excellent taste, obviously.
That's great.
Arthur says, you can't take it with you. That's what he
Okay.
likes to watch on a rainy day.
Okay.
Jerry says his rainy day movie is Gone with the Wind. Let's see. I've been watching Dark Shadows on dark rainy days via Amazon Prime. I love a lot of the sort of silly stuff. Some of the Dark Shadows is funny. Some of it less so. The movie that Tim Burton made was pretty awful. But do you watch that show at all?
I never did.
No. Yeah. See? Oh, well. Mark says, what do you think will happen with Warner Brothers being up for sale? God knows. God knows. Jim says, any or all of the Basil Rathbone, Nigel Bruce, Sherlock Holmes films.
Yeah.
Would Holmes be your favorite movie series detective, or would you go with Charlie Chan, The Crime Doctor, The Thin Man, or Boston Blackie?
I like them all, varying degrees. I love Charlie Chan.
We love Charlie Chan in this house.
And I know it's politically incorrect. It's
No.
become this hot potato. But big fan of Charlie Chan.
Yeah.
And
I love him. He makes me happy.
I got to meet Key Luke,
Yeah.
who was Charlie's number one son. When you were a kid, you thought that was your gateway entry. Was,
number one son. And so my dad would refer to me as number one daughter.
Yeah.
And he would sign stuff for number one daughter, like cards and things like that for number one daughter. And I would sign things for number one daughter. Yes. I love it. Jimmy Glick is the best interviewer ever. Pretty solidly hilarious. Yes. But yeah,
I was
think
interviewed by Jiminy Glick.
you were, and it's one of the greatest things that ever happened.
So just have a couple of little collectibles today and a warning. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I should have to say, someone's saying old time radio on rainy days. Suspense.
Yes.
Never a bad time.
Gonna hold that close. It's a die cut tag with its original string.
It says Motion Picture Exhibitors League of America, Delegate, New York, July 7th to 12th, 1913.
This piece of cardboard has survived intact since 1913.
And beautifully, I might add.
Yeah.
Like it's a little fragile where the thing is,
yeah.
but my God.
As opposed to this, which I tried to pull out of its lucite thing, and I tore.
Yeah, I see that.
It
Is
tore-
that what just can't fell?
Yes.
Okay. Marjorie Main goes for Sunbeam.
These were package.
You're not holding it anywhere near the camera right now. Daddy.
You can't see through the
I
lucite,
know, you
and
have to turn them.
yeah, that's Pure Angeli, 50s MGM tie-in here. These, if you remember how loaves of bread, like Wonder Bread, used to be sold, I guess they're still sold the same way, in a
Plastic
yeah,
bag.
that would be the seal. That would be the end seal.
Okay.
And the Lone Ranger did a whole
Yeah.
series of these seals, these package seals, but apparently they're fragile.
They're very
All
fragile.
paper is ephemeral, and
Yep.
you have to be
As
careful.
I say, I just don't know. That little piece went down, and,
Yeah,
and
well,
I
it will
think
never.
it flew away forever.
Yeah,
I think it flew away forever. I don't know where. Now I'm just intrigued as to where the hell it went. Is that your extent of
Yeah.
things? Okay. We can also show you my husband's expired passport. That's very important. He didn't realize it was expired because he's, and I say this with love, he's a boy and did not check it. And now he has to get a new one. Hilarious. It's funny because we've recently had kids in the house for Daisy's birthday. I am always interested to see what they respond to around here. Obviously, anything that looks like a toy, so stuffed animals or things like that, that's an easy target. But then they'll also go, because we have so much stuff that looks like other things. So, they'll pick up, this looks like a bowl, or that looks like if something has a bell attached to it, they always want to play the bell. Daisy is really into dinging that, which is great sound, hearing this ding, 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 ding over and over
front,
again.
Please.
Yeah. Woof. But yeah, it's funny. There's some stuff that just does nothing for them, and then other things they're all attracted to. They do always love your Mr. Peanut stuff. That seems to get a rise out of kids, probably because they don't see it very much, and they all think he's very funny.
I was a member many years ago of the Peanut Pals.
Of course you were.
Which was a pre-internet.
Of course you were. Yeah.
National fan club called Mr. Peanut Collectors.
Yeah. Yeah. How many try to pick up the Mickey book? We have so many. Well, so Daisy, yesterday, Daisy goes, can I read some of Grandpa's books? I go, no, we're not going to pull these off the shelf. Why? Well, honey, because they're Grandpa's, and we don't want to pull these books off the shelf. And she was desperate. She didn't even know which one she was pulling, but you have a Betty Page book. She's trying to yank that out. I was like, of the things, that's probably not going to get hurt too badly. But yeah, it was better when she thought everything was decoration. Now she knows that their books were in trouble. Craig is asking for a second time what happened with the Movie Guide podcast. You guys went off.
We'll be back.
I think life. I think just busy life.
We'll be back.
But they will have more for sure. More coming your way.
Yes.
Even their faces. You see Laurel and Hardy and you just smile.
And
they have that
and
effect.
Volume 3 is imminent.
There you go.
And what's great about, I watched one of my very favorite Laurel and Hardy shorts, Perfect Day. It's so vivid. The picture is so sharp and clear and vivid.
Yeah.
It's like you're sitting next to the cameraman.
It's wild.
You could be on that street with them. And the houses in Culver City that they used are still there. You can actually see them. It's amazing.
Again, I mean, that is the thing of driving around here. One of my husband's best friends was just in town from England, and he was laughing because last time he visited, my dad took him and my husband to Smokehouse, which is a famous place here. And then our friend was watching The Studio, this series with Seth Rogen, and they go into the Smokehouse and they're eating, and he was just so excited. He was like, I've been there, I've eaten there. And that is the thing, is you sort of just get used to so much of what we have around us and gets used. And it's a trip because it's just normal after a bit, but it is still really fun because you'll go, I know where that is. I've been on that mountain.
Yep.
I've driven past that hotel.
Yep.
It's always funny. I guess we will be having these streaming sessions with Leonard and Jesse less because we're entering into award season. We'll see. As long as we can be with you on Sundays, we'll be with you on Sundays.
Yeah.
Nothing
Don't
in particular.
assume.
Yeah. You don't know. We don't have lives. The Pirate with Gene Kelly and Judy Garland. Do you consider it a disaster?
No,
That was a real
No.
reaction. No.
it's got a Cole Porter score. It's got the Nicholas brothers dancing
Oh.
with Gene Kelly.
I will say this.
It's not my favorite by a long shot, but not a disaster.
Watch the Nicholas brothers. Watch the Nicholas brothers. Introduce young people to the Nicholas brothers. Show them the Nicholas brothers. Even friends of mine who are not big into that stuff, they don't even care about dance. You have to watch them because they are mesmerizing. They are incredible, and they hold up. I've shown kids. I've shown Daisy. I've shown some of her friends. Their routines are so incredible to watch. And what they do, I think, really beautifully is they look like they're having fun.
Yeah.
They're killing themselves. They are throwing themselves around, but they look like they're having a good time. And I'm always so impressed. I'm just always so impressed with them. And it brings me such joy to watch them dance. And I'm so grateful we got to know Fayard. So, so, so grateful. Because he was everything you would want him to be.
Yeah. Fayard and Harold. Incredible talents.
Yeah. Really.
Incredible talents.
Really, really. I wish they were better known. I do wish more people knew who they were. But I also understand that as time goes on, that's just what happens.
Yeah.
But it's a shame because they should get more attention than they do. But that's why we're here, to yell loudly about them and all that they do. Sorry, I was trying to think. Nuremberg is the last one you talked about for class, I think.
Yeah.
Because then you couldn't do last week because you were in Coronado. Did you end up watching anything in Coronado? Did you go to any movies?
Yeah. Oh, yes. I saw a very good film. It doesn't have this distributor yet, called American Solitaire. And I wish I had information right in front of me, but
Hang on.
it's a film about guns.
Ooh.
But it's not a film that is about gun advocacy or gun registration or any of that stuff. It's about a guy who's
An American soldier struggling to make sense of civilian life is confronted with the complexities of gun violence in his hometown.
well said. Well said.
It says here.
It's very, very potent. It's very good.
Okay.
And it's not, I'm not going to inflame anybody. It's going to just pull you in. And this, I had to brush tears away at the end, and then do a Q&A with the principals. Very moving. It's a very moving film, and deserves to be seen and discussed.
Well, that's great. I hope it gets picked up.
Yeah, I hope it does too. That was the highlight of the whole week. I'd seen Dead Man's Wire before. They showed Jay Kelly, and they showed. No, I haven't caught up with yet with Stellan Skarsgård.
That one.
Yeah. Yeah. Sentimental value.
There you go.
It's in there. Just got to pull it out.
It's a Daisy. Do you want to say bye? Okay. Come here. Okay, come here. Come here. Come on. All right. Okay, thank you guys, as always, for joining us. We really appreciate it. We love being with you. We will be here next Sunday, I believe. So please take good care of yourselves. What?
Yesterday at an estate sale, I bought a very small hardback book. It was a novelization of It Happened One Night. Cable and Colbert were on the cover. Still some films. You bought a Big Little book.
Kevin, that sounds good.
You bought a Big Little book. And there are others. And I will, maybe we'll feature them next week.
There you go. There you go. You can show us yours and we'll show you ours. How's that? Mike says, hey, Daisy, watch Totoro. One of her best friends is obsessed with all of those movies, but we haven't tried them yet. Maybe we will. Okay, Daisy, can you say bye? Bye. Grandpa's going to say be kind.
Yes.
Can you say be kind? Be kind. Say be kind, Grandpa.
Be kind, everybody.
Be kind, everybody. Bye-bye.